In this video, pag-uusapan natin paano ba tayo magmumultiply ng mga rational expressions. First, mag-recall muna tayo ng isa sa mga importanteng concepts sa mathematics. For example, if we multiply A over B and C over D, we get AC over BD, and this is the rule when multiplying fractions, okay? So, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So, A times C is AC, and then B times D is BD. So, we have AC over BD. For example, 2/3 times 1 over 5. In this case, if we apply the concept or the process of multiplying fractions, we're going to multiply 2 and 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, and then 3 times 5 is 15. So therefore, the answer is 2 over 15. But this is not always the case. Sometimes we can do some sort of techniques para mas mapadali yung ating pagko-compute. Kung applicable. Okay, so for example, what if we have 4 over 9 and 3 over 16? In this case, we can still use numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Pero, meron tayong pwedeng gawin para mas mapadali yung ating pagko-compute. So, hanapin muna natin yung mga GCF. Okay? So, after finding or factoring out the greatest common factor, cancel lang natin. So, here, 4 and 9, wala namang GCF other than 1. 3 and 16, wala din. So, 4 and 16 meron. So, the greatest common factor of 4 and 16 is 4. So, by dividing these two by 4, we get 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. See, so si 4 and 16, naging 1 and 4 na lang. So, na-simplify na natin. Next is 3 and 9. So, the GCF of 3 and 9 is 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, so si 3 and 9, naging 1 and 3. Now, next step natin is to apply the rule. No? We multiply the numerators and the denominators. So, 1 times 1 is 1, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So, therefore, the answer is 1 over 12. This concept, okay, this process is applicable when we multiply two or more rational expressions. So, let's take a look at the first example. Let's multiply a squared plus 6a plus 9 all over a squared minus 9 and a squared minus 5a plus 6 all over a squared plus 7a plus 12. So, the first step na kailangan natin gawin is to factor. Okay? Factor natin lahat ng pwede nating ma-factor sa numerator and denominators. In this case, the factors of a squared plus 6a plus 9 is a plus 3 times a plus 3. Next, a squared minus 9. This is a difference of two squares, and the factored form of this one is a plus 3 times a minus 3. Times, factor naman natin si a squared minus 5a plus 6, and we get a minus 3 times a minus 2. Next, factor natin. So we have a plus 4 and a plus 3. Okay? Next process, ito yung pinaka-mas interesting dito. After factoring the numerators and the denominators, we can now simplify this one by canceling all common factors sa numerator and denominator. If we look at a plus 3, may makakancel tayo a plus 3 and a plus 3. Okay? Take note, you have to remember this, that a plus 3 divided by a plus 3 is 1. Okay, so hindi na natin usually sinusulat yan. Pero dapat, nasa idea mo yan na matatandaan mo that when you divide two expressions, okay, the same expressions, the result is always 1. Next, a plus 3, meron pa ulit, and then meron pa tayo a plus 3 sa baba, a minus 3, a minus 3, and then wala na. So, na-cancel na natin lahat ng common factors. So, yung matitira, yun na yung answer natin dito. Sa numerator, the remaining factor is a minus 2. Sa denominator, the remaining factor is a plus 4. Therefore, the product of these two rational expressions is a minus 2 all over a plus 4. Take a look at the next example. So in this case, like what I said earlier, ang unang gagawin natin is to factor the numerators and the denominators. Okay? After natin mag-factor, tsaka pala natin masisimplify yan at mabilis natin makukuha yung sagot instead of multiplying directly. That's the reason why you need to factor first. So the factor of a cubed plus 4a squared is a squared times a plus 4. Okay? GCF lang ito. Sometimes medyo kailangan makita mo what type of factoring technique yung pwede nating gamitin sa isang expression. Hindi laging sagot na lang tayo ng sagot. We have to think first. The factored form of 3a squared minus 5a plus 2 is 3a minus 2 times a minus 1 times, this is a perfect square trinomial. So 9a squared minus 12a plus 4, factor niya ay 3a minus 2 times 3a minus 2. Pwede mo na may sulat na 3a minus 2 squared. Pero usually, mas maganda kung ganito natin siya isusulat para mas mabilis tayo sa pagka-cancel ng common factors. The factored form of the denominator, we have a squared times a squared plus 8a plus 16. Note, kung titignan natin, pinactor natin yung GCF na a squared, pero may natira pa tayong a squared plus 8a plus 16. But, we can still factor this out. So, pag pinactor natin ito, this will give us a plus 4 and a plus 4. A perfect square trinomial. Take note, ang factor natin dito is now a squared times a plus 4 times a plus 4. Next, cancelan natin yung mga common factors. A squared, a squared. A plus 4, a plus 4. 3a minus 2, 3a minus 2. Okay, so meron pa ba tayong makakancel? Wala na. So, let's write the remaining factors. Sa numerator, we only have 3a minus 2. Sa denominator, we have a minus 1 and a plus 4. And this is it. This is the product of these two irrational expressions. Take note, you can still simplify this, no? You can expand this one, the denominator, but this answer will do. This is okay. Another example. So, first rule, first step, factor, if we can factor. So, the factored form of the numerator, sige, yan na lang muna ulit para mas mapadali tayo. And then, a squared minus 10a plus 25, we have a minus 5 times a minus 5 times, this is a difference of 2 cubes, so we factor this as a minus 5 times a squared plus 5a plus 25. And then the denominator, copy na lang muna natin, 45a cubed b. Okay, so let's cancel all the common factors. Notice that 15, and 45 has the greatest common factor of 15. So by dividing these two numerical coefficients by 15, so 15 divided by 15 is 1. 45 divided by 15 is 3. Next, we have a cube, we have a cube. Same expression, so makakancel lang yan. B squared and b. B has a denominator of 1, so subtract lang natin, and we will still have b raised to 1 sa taas. Okay? Next, a minus 5 and a minus 5 cancel. So, let's write the remaining factors. Notice that in our numerator, we still have b. Okay, this is b raised to 1. And then, meron pa tayong a squared plus 5a plus 25. All over, okay, so makikita natin, meron pa tayong numerical coefficient dito na 3, so we can write here 3. And then we have a minus 5, so times a minus 5. Pwede na to. Okay, but we can still further simplify this one by distributing b to a squared to 5a and 25, and then 3 by a and negative 5. And so, we will have a squared b plus 5ab plus 25b all over 3a minus 15. That's it. So, this is the product of these two rational expressions. Okay, as a practice, you can try this out first, and then after a few minutes, you can go back to this slide and see if your answer is correct. For number 1, the answer must be a plus 2, and for number 2, the answer must be 2x plus y all over x plus y. I hope na may natutunan ka sa ating lesson today about multiplying rational expressions. See you again sa ating susunod na math video tutorials. Thank you for watching.